What's going on, my beautiful people? Welcome back to another mysterious videos that no one can explain. Hit that like and subscribe button as we dive through these videos and try to make sense of all this madness. Alright, this next video gets pretty crazy. Woman stares at a UFO hovering over her house.
Ini baru kali ini.
Ini banyak juga gitu. Saya ini sampai tua ini baru saya lihat begini.
Iya.
Saya ini masih dalam ketangsa ada. Ini baru saya lihat.
Tapi kayaknya dia seturun nih,
Di atas sana dia lihat di atas di bawah.
It's definitely something weird. I don't know if it's a UFO, but whatever it is, it's weird. Alright, they're saying these are guards behind the ice wall. Why does this look so real though?
Там дальше, видите? Вверх идет.
Они что-то вывозят. Нам еще эти круглые типа. Пока там. Тихо, вниз.
And spotted.
Не трогайте ее! On the ground, now! Вот она.
They ain't playing the Antarctic Treaty.
Did you know that there are over 6,000 shipwrecks in the Great Lakes? Let's talk about it. As well as a whole bunch of airplanes that still have human remains in them. Did you know that there are over 6,000 shipwrecks in the Great Lakes? Let's talk about it. As well as a whole bunch of airplanes that still have human remains in them. This is how many shipwrecks there are in literally just Lake Michigan alone. And that's not even close to all of them. This is the Edmund Fitzgerald when it was above water. And this is the back half of it when it's completely submerged. I hate everything about this. A whole bunch of people also say that that ship is haunted. Divers love checking that place out and just go. A whole bunch of people also say.
Look at this. This is like something you will see on Silent Hill.
Say that that ship is haunted. Divers love checking that place out and just going around and seeing all the little shipwrecks. I could never get this close to an underwater propeller or my soul would leave my body. I literally just don't understand how they do it. I really don't. My soul would be bouncing around in my body like flubber and come out of my nose. These pictures literally make my bones vibrate inside of my body. I hate everything about this. Seeing the submechanophobia of this massive thing and seeing how tiny the little scuba divers are around it. Could you ever? I can't. And to know that there's that many. I was freaking out when I was actually flying to London from Texas and we had to go over the Great Lakes. And I was like, if we crash now, we're going to be down there with thousands of shipwrecks. I need to know how you're feeling about this because these photos freak me out so bad and I can't be the only one. Please tell me I'm not the only one.
I think they're pretty cool. I would love to go scuba diving in there and see them. And the cool thing about scuba diving in Lake Michigan, you know, you really don't got to worry about any sharks. Sign me up. Now, what do we have here? Oh, what is that? At first I'm thinking, is it an insect? But no, it's some type of plant. Is it like a carnivore type plant, you know, that traps flies? Venus flytrap is definitely in the family, but this is its final form by the looks of it. The final evolution. But it is beautiful when you really look at it. I've never seen this before. Wow, look at how majestic that is. That is truly astonishing. I still haven't seen it. I have to go see this for myself. How is this architecture possible in such a remote cave? You gotta be kidding me. Look at... It looks like it's part of a machine. Like, what is going on here? It makes me think that something's under this structure. This could be just the top. And here's an even close-up view of Devil's Tower. Wyoming. Alright, this guy captured something extremely weird in the sky. Let's take a closer look.
What's happening? What's happening?
The moon's there, but there are these things that are just standing. I mean, they're moving a little bit, but I have no idea what this is. Drones, I'm gonna guess, but I don't know.
I don't know drones that'll sit in the air like that. Kind of reminds me of Dementors, you know, something off Harry Potter, or, you know, possibly spiders, but I don't know how big they are.
Did you send it to me?
Well, he's definitely terrified. You can see the camera shaking.
Is that right? They're like legit.
I'm gonna try to zoom in with a picture.
Chaco Canyon in New Mexico. What type of mysterious architecture is going on here?
We have to talk about Chaco Canyon in New Mexico. It's one of the most remarkable ancient sites in North America. Between 850 and 1150 AD, it became the ceremonial and cultural center of a vast network of communities spread across the American Southwest. At the heart of Chaco Canyon stands Pueblo Bonito, a massive multi-storied structure containing hundreds of rooms and ceremonial chambers known as kivas. But what makes Chaco truly extraordinary is not just its architecture, it's the evidence that its builders possessed an advanced understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and landscape engineering. One of the most famous discoveries is the Sun Dagger. The Sun Dagger is carefully positioned stone slabs that cast a blade of sunlight across a spiral petroglyph. During the summer solstice, a beam of light passes directly through the center of the spiral, while other patterns mark the winter solstice and important lunar cycles. And in recent years, researchers have even used LiDAR technology, a laser-based mapping system along with precision GPS, to survey hidden roads and road systems, which means these ancient petroglyphs could be part of a summer solstice and winter solstice alignment that maps out ancient roadways across hundreds of miles across the desert. Artifacts recovered from Chaco Canyon include turquoise, copper bells from Mexico, exotic shells, macaw feathers, ceremonial objects traded from hundreds of miles away.
I love turquoise artifacts.
Chaco Canyon stands as evidence that the ancient people of the Southwest created a sophisticated sacred landscape where architecture, astronomy, religion, and geography were all woven together.
Granite. Everything is made from a single mass. Granite, one of the hardest natural materials we have. The site shows no trace. 7 caves carved out of solid granite. Everything is made from a single mass. Granite, one of the hardest natural materials we have. The site shows no traces of chisels, impact tools, rough shaping, or anything else you would expect to find. Instead, the walls are mirror smooth. The polishing is so even that you can see your own reflection, literally.
Wow, it looks like it's wet. There's nothing new under the sun. They had mirrors.
When archaeologists and engineers have conducted LiDAR scans and laser sweeps of the cave surfaces, the measurements reveal something that should not exist in a prehistoric structure. The walls are flat, with deviations of less than a millimeter. The radii of the circular chambers are almost perfectly round. The transition between wall and floor is linear and symmetrical. The curvature of the ceilings is mathematically consistent, without notches or variations in slope. This is not the result of hand tools. It cannot be. No human with a bronze chisel and a stone hammer can create surfaces that meet laser-level precision. To achieve this, one would need either rotating tools, mechanical cutting, polishing at a level comparable to industrial methods, or 7 caves,
They were polishing. It makes sense now. They polished. They had something on those walls. You know, they had some type of power tools. It makes sense now.
level precision. To achieve this, one would need either rotating tools, mechanical cutting, polishing at a level comparable to industrial methods.
What is it, guys? Was it some type of, you know, Milwaukee drill power sander? You know, what did they have? What type of technology stored the energy to make their ancient power tools? Someone break down to me the ancient technology. How did they do it?
Or a technology we do not know. Then there is the acoustics. When you speak inside the inner chambers, a resonance occurs that sounds almost engineered, a direct result of the room's perfect geometry. Acoustics do not happen by accident. They require intentional design. Taken together, all of this leads to a simple conclusion. There are no hand tools from the period capable of producing this, and all available laser measurements show that the tolerances are too fine for manual work. These are not just caves. This is a form of engineering that comes from a level of knowledge that does not fit into the established timeline. The Barabar Caves are one of the clearest examples we have that someone, at some point, mastered a technique for shaping hard granite.
Mastered the technique. They were just showing off. They were competing. Kailasa Temple, this one, they were showing off. It was like an Olympics of ancient carving. How intricate can the designs be?
With laser level precision.
If you thought you weren't going to get another excellent specimen of the day, think again. Look at this. This is crazy. This specimen is crazy. It is massive. I don't know where to begin. Look at the inside. Like it's like some type of guts. Like an inside track of something. But it's smooth at the same time, like a raspberry finishing that just glistens, and then the outside is like orange clusters. This might be a Nephilim organ, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're looking at. I'm almost convinced. You know, this random stuff forming in a cave. This is a Nephilim organ we're looking at, part of it. That's the name. I'm gonna rate it. The rating I'm gonna give this a 9.8. I love it. This is up there with that alien eye. 9.8. Excellent rating for an excellent specimen. the orange peels, the raspberry inside. Look at the top right. The longer you look at it, it's like the longer you look at it, the more your neurons process more intricate details. Look at the octahedrals, granite octahedrals surrounding the orange flakes. This is outstanding.
So here's a shot of it right after the Great Fire. And again, you have a very altered, doctored picture from right after the aftermath of the Great Fire.
He says alter. I believe he's talking about the whiteout skies. Like a lot is happening in the background that they just cut out for some reason.
Let me just kind of leave it up there for a second. Chat, do you guys see the obvious alteration in this photo? There's a couple spots I'll show you, but this photo just really shows the altering that they do with so many of these photos. Obviously, you have the whited out skies, right? Let's zoom in to the right side here, this tree. So this is a clear, see how the coloring is different from the rest of the sky's background. It's clear that they just did a very poor job of like cropping out the sky. You can even see in this chimney right here, the detail in the coloring scheme is way off. So it's like if you took a Photoshop and just kind of an edge tool and just went around the edge on all of this and just cut out whatever there was in the sky. And it's very obvious. Look for trees without foliage in old world photos. Oh, here's a shot of it right after the world.
What are they trying to hide?
What you're about to see is the latest rush in the gemstone world. This is being researched by scientists right now. This new gemstone is about to debut in the Sainte Marie Gem and Mineral Show. This, my dear friends, is Ice Opal, and we are starting to cut it. It's amazing to cut a new stone that has never been cut. You start to learn so much about the inclusions and the mineral formations that happen inside. I'm so excited to share all the new knowledge that we're acquiring by grinding and polishing.
Wow, I love the raw version of it. I honestly wouldn't even polish it up. I would just keep it raw.
Knowledge that we're acquiring by grinding and polishing these stones, revealing all the layers of history inside of this amazing gemstone, is something that a gemologist can only dream of. One of the most fascinating things is being able to cut through the stone and look at the inclusions that lay inside. I found some quartz inclusions and some things that I can't even explain yet. I'm used to cutting opals and I do it with standard lapidary machines, and something that was really crazy was that I had to actually change the discs to stronger grits because this was really hard to cut into. Something really important was the cracks. There was many cracks in these stones, but it was not because of the stone being hydrophane or not stable enough. It was actually from the mining. We are mining this artisanally, and we are using methods that are completely new because this kind of stone grows in opal fields that we don't understand yet. So by using equipment that is not proper for this stone, we're shattering the stones even before we get them out of the ground, which is something that we're trying to fix. But then I remembered when I was studying at GIA and I learned about cupping, and that's the process where they are cutting emeralds and breaking them on purpose to get rid of the big cracks. And that's exactly what I started doing with these opals, and it worked. What you're about to see is the...
I like that hat, to the side. I need me one of those. Go on an expedition rock hunting,
What if the ancient Sumerians knew things they should not have known? The Sumerians are considered the oldest known civilization on Earth, but some of the knowledge found in their tablets does not make sense. Thousands of years ago, they described a massive flood that wiped out civilization, a story incredibly similar to the biblical Great Flood. And now scientists believe there really was a catastrophic flood event around 12,000 years ago. So how did the Sumerians know about it? And that's not the only mystery. They also understood the Earth's precession cycle, a slow wobble in Earth's rotation that takes roughly 26,000 years to complete, knowledge that should have required extremely advanced observation over vast periods of time. And then there's the strangest part. The Sumerians described beings known as the Anunnaki, entities they claimed came from the heavens and brought humanity knowledge. Astronomy, mathematics, architecture. Some tablets even depict what appears to be an additional planet called Nibiru. And many of these ancient tablets are now sitting inside museum archives, mostly unseen by the public. So the question is, how did the world's oldest civilization know things humanity supposedly discovered only recently? What if the ancient Sumerians knew?
What if the hieroglyphics of the planets was a cover-up? That's all we got for today's video. If you made it this far, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button to help your boy out, get the algorithm out to more like-minded people, and drop the code word in the comments below. The code word for today is LiDAR scan. Go ahead and drop LiDAR scan in the comments below. When you do that, that lets me know you're real when you made it all the way through the end of this video and you really rock with your boy. I just want to say thank you. I love you guys. Anybody mess with y'all, they got to go through me first. Just know that. I really love y'all. I just want y'all to know that. I'm going to be doubling up on you today. So be sure to head over to Jet Ski Chuck later on today for a longer form version to all the newer members. And I'll see you soon. If someone could just make something to eat. If someone could just make something. Something for me to eat, 'cause I'm very hungry. If someone could only make something for me to eat. If someone could only make something for me to eat.